slow ships pretty much outmaneuvered. We can see that Sutee is going to be expanding heavily, and want to take a look at where his standing fleet is. We saw several generics, and here they are on the minimap. We find them here. He's got 5 of these. 5 of these frigate refits are a nice little strike force. They are slightly stronger than converts, I believe, and can make great raiding. I've seen Sutee use these to great effect to raid mining, much like you see converts or barrels do. Now we'll take a look at what the Klingons have in store. They are basically guarding this wormhole. Actually, they're not even guarding it. What they're going to do is they're going to be striking over here into Sutee's expansions. If I am correctly calling this, it's they are within striking distance. These expansions are fairly weak. They don't have any standing forces, and the only thing that they have to deal with is the fact that the Romulans have cloaked ships running around somewhere, and unless you know where they are, that's a kind of a gamble. But they're about to find out where Sutee's fleet is, because they're going to find out right here. Except I don't see Sutee coming in and taking out this phaser sentry. If he does, that's going to be a bad mistake. He's going to be... What he should do, if he wants to deal with this expansion here, he can either bypass it, or he can just take out some of these workers and take a couple hits and just deal with it. So here comes the warp in. It's going to take a little bit of phaser fire off of these guys. These guys are going to decloak. They are going to, yes, do a good job. They're going to take out this worker ship. So there's an economy hit there. There's a bug that's going to go here. And these 5 frigate refits really do just a lot of fast damage. And this expansion looks like it's going to go. But we can see up here that there's a strike force up in here. So we've got 2 battles going on here. So they've managed to take out this phaser sentry, but they're going to have to retreat because the Romulans don't have anything to deal with this Klingon Dominion force that is coming up, taking out 2 expansions, forcing Sutee to decommission everything. Now, he does have a couple frigate refits, 3 of them. It's not going to be enough. A lot of bugs here, about 9 or 10 of them. That's a good, nice number. So these frigates need to maybe peel a couple of them off, do some damage. Need to get back, repair, maybe get underneath the firepower of that starbase. That starbase, that's exactly what it's going to be doing. It's just going to be providing that little bit of cover, backing that fleet off. Now you can see these guys are running away, and Raven is going to be trying to help pull in some of the, by pulling up some of his monsoons, try to give a little extra firepower here. You see another frigate refit has come out of production, but this is a nasty little hit to Sutee's economy, and it is going to hurt, and it is going to cause the top team to have to re-expand and invest in the economy where they didn't want to. So the Federation has brought up some ships, but they are really out of position. I don't know if they were trying to defend this mining colony, but that was actually a bad idea. They don't have the numbers here, and what they need to do is they need to group up with the Romulan ships, concentrate the firepower, take out ships, and well, that's not what they're doing. They're basically giving free kills to the Klingons and the Dominions. Now, you can see that the Klingons have lost a ship there. I've seen a couple bugs go down. Both Raven and Sutee have done a decent job of microing their ships, getting them in, getting them out. we'll see if this guy can get back and repair. Uh-oh, that's a bad little... very unfortunate movement bug there. The intent was to repair that guy, and he's going to lose both of those. Probably should have gone ahead and cloaked those. Now we got the main part of the force here doing it, and this generics refit is going to be able to drive off the rest of those bugs and Klingon ships. Klingons have done a good job here of doing a very effective harass, has taken out a number of expansions, not allowing Sutee to have any sort of free expansion. But for the most part, you can see that Sutee still has a decent fleet, has a decent standing offensive force, as well as his teammate, Raven, has a little bit of offensive power on the field as well. Here's the Excel, here's 2 Avalons, and we're going to come over here and we're going to expect to see multiple Avalons coming out too. So he's going to have his 5 Avalons out here shortly. He'll have another Warpin ready here very shortly as well. So even though this is kind of an economics hit, they did a good job of not losing their offensive power. On the other hand, we can take a look at the Klingons and the Dominions. They took a hit. Nonetheless, bugs are relatively cheap, and as we can see, he can very quickly produce more. So, and out comes the late early game S2 escort cruisers. These are going to be packing Kittricil White here as soon as that research comes out, and I would be expecting that shortly, though I don't see it on the field at the moment. So this is going to move the Dominion into their next phase of the game. These bugs are going to get a lot more extra firepower because the Kittricil White will up their firing speed by 35%. So you can see Stardust has made his forward star yard repair, allows his ally to repair at this forward star yard. Very good team play, allows the Klingons to get in, repair, and get back out on the field as well. Good coordination, smart move. So you can see that the bottom team has, to a degree, has expanded a little bit, expanded to some of these forward moon pairs, and they're gathering their forces, going to come back down here, start back expanding into these moon pairs, and that should help their economy a lot. Now, the Romulans and the Federations now are feeling their strength. They have the offensive fleet. They are feeling like it's retribution time, and I would expect this expansion here to fall, followed by this expansion here. There's also a chance that you can bypass that, and a little bit risky, could end up splitting the force and taking this one as well. We shall see. The question is, so Sutee is following this fleet. It's a lovely tactic if you want to keep track of your fleet. You can just cloak, follow one of your enemy ships, and you'll have a good idea where their standing army is. And actually, what I am surprised about is neither of these two cloaked teams, neither of these two cloaked players have multiple scouts out. They're really only relying on their one scout and a little bit of offensive contact, which can be a little bit costly. We'll see where this ends up. So it looks like they're going to pop up. Unfortunately, they're going to miss this one station here. It's not a lot, but it is producing supply for the Dominion, which is very important for them. So they're going to end up taking on this fleet of bugs and potentially taking on this construction yard. So they do have enough firepower to do that.